1st of December every year is dedicated to create awareness, campaign and sensitize people about the human immunodeficiency virus and acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, HIV and AIDS. Now this year, the campaign focuses on the communities to lead in the advocacy for people to understand what there is about the disease. In the meantime, the federal government says Nigeria has made huge progress in the HIV and AIDS response and is on the way to ending the disease by 2030. News Central's Chinwe Ugele reports that Abia State ranks 6th on the nation's ranking of prevalence of HIV in states. Her report.
This sent chills down the spines of many. The citizens seem a bit relaxed about the disease now. Majority of the Abia populace do not yet know their status.
It's important because when you know your HIV status, if it's what you're supposed to, if it's positive, you start taking a treatment so that it will not occur in a bad way. In a bad way, thereby you losing your life or dying untimely because it's no longer a death sentence anymore. So if you know your status, you know what you have and you go for it for treatment.
When you are positive, you'll be able to manage yourself and manage whatever comes with that.
2 out of every 100 persons living in Abia State are said to be with HIV/AIDS from the statistics of those tested, according to the Director General of Abia State Agency for Control of HIV/AIDS, Dr. Olako Emma-Ukebu.
HIV treatment is free. HIV treatment helps to suppress the viral load and even gets to a point where it's undetectable. HIV treatment helps the person to live a normal life like every other person. So anybody who is HIV infected should feel free to go to the nearest treatment facility and obtain this treatment for free.
It is not a disease that should distress or inconvenience anyone anymore, because adoption of proper lifestyle will see the people live to fulfill all their dreams.
HIV is not a death sentence. In fact, HIV has come to stay like malaria. It's no longer a death sentence. We are free.
There's no need to discriminate. There's no need to be scared. There's no need to treat them anyhow. Anybody can have HIV. Anybody at all can. Some people contracted it in utero before they were born, and they didn't know why. It wasn't there. It wasn't because of any fault of them. It is only when somebody does not take the medication that the virus, the volume of the virus in the system gets to a point that it ravages the immune system and the person is constantly ill.
Everyone, irrespective of class, is expected to join in this awareness campaign to ensure that people do not lose their lives because they failed to take action at the right time, and that they are accepted to live among us without stigma. Chinwe Ugele reporting for News Central.
And of course, to shed more light on this, I'm joined by Esther Ikomi, Deputy Director, Policy Planning and Coordination, National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA. Thank you so much for your time, Esther. All right, Esther, if
Thank you for having me.
All right, great. Now, let's talk about the level of awareness, particularly in recent times across Nigeria. It appears it seems to have dropped in terms of people being conscious or even talking about it. What's your reaction to this? And let's also make reference to some of the plans and, well, I call it initiatives that your agency is actually putting in place to actually boost or bring back this level of awareness that is needed.
Thank you. Awareness is an everyday thing. We need to keep drumming into the ears of Nigeria that HIV, the HIV virus cannot, you wouldn't know if you have it until you get yourself tested. We encourage testing all the time through our jingles every now and then, asking the pregnant women to go out there for their antenatal. That is the only way they will know if they are positive or negative. And if they are positive, they will be put on treatment and then asked to continue and adhere to the treatment so that the babies they give birth to will not be have the HIV virus. This is very vital because Nigeria contributes between 15 to 25% of the global HIV cases in infants. And so
Sorry, you said Nigeria contributes between 15 to 25% of the global HIV infant cases. That's huge.
Yes. And so, because Nigeria is one of the very great contributors globally.
Why is that?
It is huge, and it's huge because Nigeria is a populated country, and so the awareness needs to go out there. Every day we have to keep drumming it. And in this year's World AIDS Day theme is communities leadership to end AIDS. The leadership we need at every community, at every town, at every village, the gatekeepers, the religious leaders, and just so that communities will own the process and then be part of it and own it. So it is an issue we have to keep telling people, have to keep encouraging and the populace to get themselves tested, to know their HIV status, and also to be placed on treatment immediately if they are positive. You asked me about some of the interventions the agency is putting on together. We have we have been working with all of our partners and trying to find out the best way to be able to achieve the target. We have a target where we want to have less than 250 deaths-related issues, and also about 370,000 globally of new infections, prevention of new infections. And so we have put hands together with partners. We aligned our services so that it will be more cost effective.
Okay.
We aligned. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well, we can.
Okay, so we've aligned our services with the partners, and some of our partners are the United States government through the PEPFAR program, the Global Fund, and so many other partners that we have out there. And each and every person is doing what, like the comparative advantage, functioning in where they can provide services the best. So we are aiming towards sustaining the response.
Okay.
We are building capacity of states so that states will be able to drive the process as well. One of the major constraints is funding. We encourage all state governments to come together. This is not a one-person thing. It's not for donors. It is our issues, and we have to put all hands on deck to be able to curb the menace, to be able to curb new infections. So we're calling on all state governments to pay attention to the issues of HIV in all of their states. Some governors deny the numbers in their states. Some accept it and run with it. And so we need everybody to be on board. And sensitization.
I'm sorry, I want to come in here. You said
everybody is involved. It's a community thing now.
Okay, you said that some governors actually denied the numbers in their state. I mean, can you just give us an idea in terms of the...
I didn't get that.
Okay, you said that some governors actually do deny the numbers in their state in terms of the numbers of those affected in their states. Can you just give us an idea, maybe a rough estimate of, in terms of the geopolitical mapping at the areas that are, will I say, worst hit right now? And why do we have a scenario where, in terms of testing, it seems people are not getting themselves tested? Why is that?
If I got you correctly, because I lost you for a moment, you said some persons are not getting themselves tested.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, and you also said that some governors are denying the numbers in their states. Why is that? Can you give us like some sort of geographical mapping of states that are, areas or regions that are worst hit when it comes to this particular condition?
So it's, let me put it this way. We have statistics across the nations. Some states have very high prevalence rates. Others don't. Others, the new infections are popping up very fast. Others, the incidence rate is quite high. And so it's a collective thing. So it's not a thing of naming and shaming any state here on TV, but we have data that shows, and sometimes when the DG pays advocacy visits, somebody will say maybe the figures were inflated, or he doesn't think they have this kind of figures, or some outrightly deny that it
sorry,
doesn't
it's not
exist
about,
in
I'm
their
sorry,
state.
it's not about naming or shaming.
This is bound to happen, but the thing is consistent advocacy, consistent information, consistent just trying to change behavior and have everybody take ownership. Now, you ask me why some persons don't go for testing. Maybe lack of information, fear of stigma and discrimination, which is a huge issue we are trying to contend with, lack of finances, or just not knowing what to do, just being frustrated, being ashamed. But we have a toll-free number, it's 6222. When you call and you don't want to access services within your community, you can be directed to any other place to access these services. The services are free, both in the government and private hospitals. And when you are tested and you prove positive, you'll be placed on treatment. That way, you will have to, you adhere to your treatment and your immune system is boosted and you live a long and productive life. So it's very important that we keep advocating. We also have the key populations, which are the main drivers of this epidemic. Key populations, as you know, in Nigeria, the law is not friendly to lesbians and gays and men who have sex with men and just transgenders. So some of these issues, they hide. It makes them retrieve and not able to come out in the open to access services. We have put in place one of the issues the global AIDS strategy raised, which is looking at the country with a human right eye, with an inequality eye, trying to close the gap.
Okay, I'm sorry, I might just need to cut in because we're pressed for time. Thank you so much. But we, of course, will continue in terms of the advocacy to ensure that everyone is aware. And of course, this particular issue is nipped in the bud. Thank you so much once again, Esther.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.